Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed or abstaining? Carries. The non-public minutes of January 5th, take a motion to approve. Motion by Jeremy, second by Ed. Any other discussion there?
I just had a question.
Mm-hmm.
So when it lists the board moved into executive session, that just means board members and the superintendent?
That is correct.
Okay. And then I just was wondering, it says respectfully submitted, but
Oh, well, it was respectfully submitted, just,
I just don't know by.
You can put my name on there.
okay. Okay. Perfect, thank you. Any other? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed or abstaining? Carries. All right, you have your consent agenda in the packet. Principal's report, enrollment report, middle school, high school principal's report. You do have your capital reserve fund balances and your capital reserve, your revenues report, and your expenditures report. Anything that wants to be pulled out or questions?
I have a question about, and I don't know where this goes, but the annual report book.
We'll ask it now. I don't see anything particularly for it, but
Well, I was just wondering, because then when I compare it to last year's, there's a whole section that lists the enrollment for many years for all grade levels, and then it's not in this current one. And I know we have the report card in there, but then in addition, we have there's like one little chart that says projected enrollment. So I'm just wondering, like, why we changed format and. Who decides those things?
at the end of the day, the board decides them. But
If
they,
you look at page 76, is that the enrollment that you're looking for?
Thought we
In
put
the
that,
current one?
thought we put
No.
that in there.
so that goes back to 16.
Yeah, we also added education freedom accounts there
Oh,
too.
there it is. I did not see that one. That's the one I was looking for. Thank you.
Okay. Because I was going to say, I don't think we eliminated, anything got eliminated.
I didn't
Stuff
think
got
it
added.
would, but like I saw that there was a projected enrollment in one place, and then I couldn't find that chart. That's what I was looking for.
Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Any other, and so there was a catch on the books, on the budget committee's report. I don't know if anybody's had a chance to read that or not.
But not all of them.
Not all of them?
So the first printing, no issue, and then the second round of printing, there was, so.
Okay,
I'll say mine was fine, and then I was
So is mine.
confused.
Right, so,
so I got the one that spoke to me.
those
Does
of
it
all,
have-
any that we had on site have been fixed. And
Okay.
I have extra copies of the advisory budget committee's report at the back, should someone have a book like yours, Jim.
Okay,
And I did email Sharon Schilling and let her know the mistake and that I would have reprints.
yeah, because mine had nice little pictures, you know, where a word or
Oh,
something would change. It was like little bits and pieces, so it was kind of fun. I enjoyed the read. But, okay, so no problems there. We'll move on. Take a motion to approve the consent agenda. Motion by Jeremy, second by Deb. Any other discussion there? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed or abstaining?
yeah, I got that one.
Carries. You have the same one I got?
Yep.
Okay. February vacation is the 16th to the 20th of February, no school. Our next regularly scheduled school board meeting will be the 2nd of March.
30,
5:30,
library?
yes. Thank you. Committee updates, building and grounds. Okay. Advisory budget,
We did have a meeting. The board is contemplating revoting on the SAU budget.
Okay.
I think we talk about it tonight, possibly,
Yeah.
after a presentation by Dr. Whalen and
Sarah.
Sarah
Grillo.
from
Yep.
Freedom.
And I did watch the meeting where they voted, and I will say I was pretty disappointed that some of the budget committee members said, well, I would have liked to have seen this. And it was like, thank you for saying that at the end of January, not in September.
Well, and I couldn't go to that last meeting because I
Yeah.
was sick again. Sorry, everybody, but,
No problem.
so I wasn't there to be able to answer questions or.
Yeah.
I tried to do a write-up so they would understand why I voted the way I did on certain things, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't there to answer any of their questions, so.
Yeah, it's just tough when we get through and you keep asking for, give us your recommendation, give us, they keep saying, we told the town to be here. They never told us where they wanted, So therefore, then to say, well, if you'd have gotten your cost per student to 35,000, I would have approved it. Well, after looking at the numbers, we're there. So, it's just my thought on that. But anything else, committee-wise?
I don't think so.
Heather Sherwood.
Yes, sir. Health insurance update.
Yes.
So still struggling through the quoting process, but in the meantime, I did meet with MEA today. We had a good discussion, and while no decision has been finalized yet, they are leaning towards orange, which would have a significant impact on the budget for next year.
Significant positive impact?
Negative reduction in.
Okay,
insurance
so positive in thinking, negative in numbers.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, thank you. It was a capitalized positive.
Sorry, they did say they thought they would have a final vote end of this week, beginning of next week.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Superintendent's report.
Yes, so I had some good conversation with a representative from New Hampshire School Boards Association on the strategic planning process. Kind of went over the timeline, what that process would look like, membership involved, went over a really comprehensive process that would include anywhere from 8 to 10 members representing different constituencies. That process would probably start, if the board wanted to move in that direction, it would start middle of spring and conclude in late July, early August, so we could start the new school year off with a new strategic plan. Part of that process would be surveys, focus groups, and those would be set up in a fashion that would be specifically written to those specific groups. But looking at the membership of that committee would entail a school board representative, a selectman, building administrator, SAU superintendent, parents, and then room for some other representation. So I was really pleased with that general scope of work. And then kind of got down to, okay, how much is this going to cost, was the other piece that's important. So I would, if the board does want to move forward with a process like this that would be really thorough, I think we're probably looking at somewhere in the $12,000 to $15,000 range. But it's going to be done in a very methodical, thoughtful manner. So once the board, I know we're still kind of talking about, early on in this process, and I think when we have new board membership, that's something that we should hit, as a primary objective once the elections take place.
Okay. So is that something, so we would have to discuss if we want to use undesignated fund balance from this year to start the process right up front, because obviously we're not budgeting for it for next year already. So if we went under contract with someone prior to July 1st, we could get that into the undesignated fund balance.
Yep. And some of that work would start prior to, so that's also a benefit.
And therefore, we could possibly have posted as a public hearing to expend that kind of money to see if the town is good with that. I mean, I think they asked for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a matter of figuring out. Okay, any other thoughts?
I just would, what would the $12,000 to $15,000 be paying for?
Yep, so that would be covering for the facilitators' time, the development and analysis of surveys. There'll be a number of meetings going on. This is going to be a long, extensive process. So really time and effort of the facilitator. Yeah, and there's a possibility, I don't want to, I want to manage expectations, but there is a possibility this could come in under that amount, depending on if we can use this, this individual under their consulting versus going through New Hampshire School Boards Association, which would be more. So I'm trying to see if we can save a few bucks if we go through the consultant avenue. Same person, just different distinction.
Okay. So thoughts about having a contract maybe drawn up prior to our March meeting and then being able to make a decision that night and posting it as well?
But the people won't be elected in the March meeting, correct?
That is correct. So having discussion at the March meeting
Yeah.
and then moving forward after that.
I think the only question I would have is with the undesignated fund balance. And someone would just have to really explain to me why it would be appropriate to use that for this purpose in terms of, it's not really an emergency.
Right.
I would rather do a budget adjustment, budget line adjustment
For
this,
next year or for this year?
for this year.
Got it. So just move, instead of, I see what you, so instead of calling it undesignated fund balance, move it to school board expenditures or something like that.
Yeah, and when I hear end of unused fund balance or whatever it is,
Yep.
I think of what we could possibly return to the town and we
Yep.
keep our 2.5%.
Correct.
And that to me is contingency funds, so that's more for emergencies. Where this is we're kind of planning for this right now, so it's not an emergency. So I would just, someone would have to tell me how we
Convince
are
you
paying
why
for
it's
this.
best
Yeah,
to go
yeah.
one way or another.
Yeah.
Yep. And doing a line adjustment would do about the same thing in this year's budget. Because it's using what we have available in this budget, which we did not plan for last year and are not planning for this budget that we're talking about tonight. So if we were to do it, we'd have to budget for it, we'd have to start budgeting next November
Yeah.
to put it in for the following year's
Yeah.
operation. So yes.
I definitely am for doing it, I just, how we pay for it.
Yep. Okay.
I'm just wondering if Mike can touch on like how this would benefit us, what it entails as far as like the focus groups and surveys go, so people understand a little bit better what we're looking at doing.
Sure. So essentially what we're trying to accomplish is develop a strategic plan that will guide the board in how they direct administration to move forward based on the information that we're receiving from the public. I think all the members at this table know that throughout your time on the board that you can be pulled in a lot of different directions, and by having a compass point and a clear direction that these are priorities, and whether you're an administration, educator, school board member, you can become distracted with things that inevitably pop up throughout the school year. So this will keep us focused, and it will also reach a broader depth of the community that may or may not always have their voices heard and can have a part in, what's the next 3 to 5 year plan for the Madison School District. I believe strongly when you're developing a strategic plan, it should be 3 to 5 years. I think when you just do a 1 year plan, it's very short-sighted. So I think having a long-term goal that we continue to drive for and have measurable objectives throughout the year is really important. And we report on those and hold ourselves accountable to meeting those goals.
That answer your question, Sherry? Any other questions? All right, gonna keep going to, gonna skip over that. We're going to 750, school board business, surplus equipment. Give us the surplus equipment in your board packets. on page 44. So it looks like mostly technology, everything's been cleaned out, wiped and cleaned. So I will take a motion to approve the surplus equipment. Motion by Ed, second by Jeremy. Any other discussion there? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed or abstaining? Carries. Second reading of policies, meeting minutes. And we can do these as a bulk if you want, or if you want to separate them out. So it'd be a second reading / adoption of policies BEDG, which is meeting minutes, EBBCA, use and location of automated external defibrillators, GBEBB, employee student relations, JCA, change of class or of school or assignment, best interest and manifest status hardship. So I'll take a motion to approve as a second reading adoption. Yeah, yep, so let's put them on the floor. Motion by Deb, second by Ed. Jeremy, change?
I'd like to motion to change B3.
I'm guessing the first policy, BEDG.
BEDG,
Yes, I'm sorry, BEDG.
yep.
I'd like to change that from 5 business days to 10.
On
Page
Draft for public.
46.
46?
Yeah, change that within 5 business days to 10.
Okay. Draft is in- So let me ask this, how does that conform with RSA 91? Because I believe that there's something that's right to know involved in that.
Yes, I believe that is by statute. I'd be happy to look into that further,
Okay.
but I believe that is by statute, that timeline.
So there's 5 business days?
Yes, to get the minutes up and posted. But I will follow up. I realize that is not a lot of time.
Right.
Could we just table, can we table, or
Yes, we can.
table this one until next meeting?
Yep,
Are we good with that?
I'm good with that till we have clarification on if that is RSA or
Or
not.
we could ask council?
Be happy to.
Yep.
Yeah, let's table, can we just table this? or-
Yep, so
At least that one.
I'm gonna take that motion off the table. Deb, rescind your motion. Ed, second that? All right, motion's off the table. So we want to take BEDG and,
I would like to make a motion to table BEDG,
okay, so table that, and we'll see that come back next month.
And I'll second.
or potentially
Yep.
later this meeting.
Okay. If she can answer the questions prior to that. Yep. Sounds good. Motion and a second. Any other discussion there? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed or abstaining? Carries. All right, let's do them all individually. EBBCA, use and location of automated external defibrillators. Take a motion to approve?
Can we make a motion to lump the last 3 together?
Yes, you can. Motion to lump the last three together as a second reading adoption by Ed,
Second.
second by Jeremy. Anything in these? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed or abstaining? Carries. Perfect, we're there. Wish every meeting went this fast.
Can we make a motion to open non-public in a different room?
Yes, sir. Motion by Ed, second by Deb. Ed?
Yes.
Deb? Jeremy? Sherry?
Yes.
I almost asked Mike. He doesn't get a choice. He gets to go. All right, Mike, we're going into non-public now. We will be, as we come out of non-public, we will be recessing the meeting until after the deliberative session. We're good. We're leaving.